Can you see my screen?
जी सर.
Yes, we can
Thank
see.
you. Thank you. So let me show the today's planner, what we are going to learn today. There are a few topics. We are, as I told in the last class, first 3 to 4 classes will be the overview of the Excel, and we'll be covering the basics and structures, basic structures and basic functions of the Excel. So you can see that we are going to learn about formatting, number formatting. There are number of options available regarding formatting, regarding the formatting of a cell, not overall formatting. And there are other some other options as well regarding cells and ranges, managing sheets. We will try to explore one by one. So we start with the very beginning, from the very beginning of this today's topic. So there is Excel file. I think I already have shared this Excel file in the group for self practice. So when we talk about this number formatting, so there is a complete list of functions for regarding formatting of a cell or a number. So there are two options or two ways to find these functions or to find this list. So the first one is if you want to format any number or selected area. So for example, let me highlight this area for experiments. I'm highlighting this one for you. So for example, we are going to apply certain formatting options here. So there are two options, two ways to find the list of formatting options. So first one is if you see this number category under this home menu, home tab. So there is a drop down list. So you see there is a complete list of formatting options regarding numbers. So the other way is to find this list is if you press Control+1 from your system. So a menu will be opened uh, for the number formatting or format cells. So uh, we are going to try these options for this selected area. So for example, when you see these numbers, so by default the category is picked as journal. So if you see on this drop down menu, you will find this word journal. So when you are not going to apply anything, by default, you will find this general formatting here. So again, I'm selecting the area. I'm finding the dialog box or the option by Control+1. So you see, there is a number formatting. If I click on this number, so you will see there is there are some certain options here. So when you click on this number, so you will find two decimals in the default setting of Excel. So if I click on this, so you will see two decimals will be added in the selected area. So you see now my selected area is converted into number from a general cell category. So now it's not a general category, it's a number category. So if you want to uh, increase or decrease the decimals, so there are two options again. So one is shortcut. The shortcut is here on the in the number category. If you click the in the on the first option, so you can see the title of this option, increase decimals. As you see, I'm clicking on this option, my decimals are being increased. So if I click on the right side, decrease decimals, so decimals will be decreasing. So on the other side, or yeah, there is another way to increase or decrease the decimals, Control+1, and you will see there is a again there is an option under the same category number. So you can increase or decrease the decimals from this option as well. So you see, as I'm clicking here, the function has not applied yet, but in the review, you can see the number of decimals you are increasing or decreasing. So when you click on this OK, So decimals, number of decimals will be applied to the selected area. So there is another option under this, category. For example, if I click on this, use the 100 separators. So what does it mean? If I click here, so you will see the change here. For example, if I increase a number here, for example, I pick this number, the red one, and if I add more value, let's say I make it 17,000. So you will see thousand separator will be added other than the decimals. So no matter how many numbers you are adding in this number, so the thousand separator will be repeating in this value. So if you want to remove this decimals, you can obviously click here to remove this decimals. So moving forward, there is another option, control one, the menu is here. So there is another option regarding currency. If you click on this currency sign, so you will find, a drop down list of all the currencies worldwide. So you see, starting from the dollar sign, because this Microsoft belongs to USA, so they have added the dollar at the top of the list. So all after that, you will find a list of currencies alphabetically. So if you want to add PKR here, let me add, a dollar first. So if you click here, dollar sign, so you notice that the all dollar sign are added on these, numbers. So let me remove these, digits just to make it simple. So you notice that now dollar sign is added now. If you want to add any other currency sign, you will be picking the required currency sign from this list. So for example, if I want to pick Pakistan currency style or currency sign, so I'm clicking P repeatedly just to find this PKR. So you see there is a list. So this is PKR. So if I click on this PKR, so my selected area numbers will be converted into Pakistan currency. So you can change the currency according to your desire. If you are, if you want to add British or European currency, so you can pick that and you can add this here. So moving forward, I'm not, applying more things on the same selected area. So let me highlight some other area for more experiments. Again, shortcut Control plus one, and we are on the same list. So if you click on this accounting, so accounting has a different language. Again, when you click on this accounting, so accounting and currency almost the same. So you see again the dollar sign added, but now if you see this drop down list on the top, so it's now counting the numbers or the values are being presented as counting terms. So if you are applying some counting related mathematics, so the results will be reflected according to the accounting patterns, accounting standards, because you have selected this one. So moving forward, I'll be changing the area for more experiments. Uh, Control plus one. I'm to open this dialog box. There is a date sign. So you notice that when I clicked on this date and time has almost the similar type of functions. Uh, when you click on date, so you will find a list of options regarding date patterns. So let me enter a date here manually. Actually, we don't have date column in this data file. So let me add, date pattern here, date columns, let's say. Uh, so I am adding today, uh, April 20. Let me check how it will be presenting this. No, because this one is already being selected as currency. So let me change it into short date or long date. So let me, bring it down for adding more dates and just for the experiments. So I'm on this column here right now. Let me give another color. You see, there are some dates values in this selected area. So if you click on this, the list, so you will find there are different patterns regarding date. So we can pick any of the pattern according to our wish. So for example, if I want to mention date, date name with month name and etc. So I'll be picking this value, and you see we have detailed date pattern. So if you want to see this style from this drop down menu, so you see there are two patterns: short date, long date. So this is a kind of long date. So you can change this pattern accordingly, according to your wish. For example, if I'm doing some analysis and I just want to mention my date with the short pattern, I will be picking this one. So you see, you can pick any of the pattern from the date menu. But let me add here, uh, when we say this is a date, actually there is some other value behind this, date pattern. So let me explain it now. If I click on this journal category, so the value you are seeing as date will be converted into a serial number. Actually, uh, Excel takes this value as a serial number, which is being converted into date pattern. So what does it mean? Let me convert it first. So if I click on this, menu, and I click on journal, so you will notice that the all dates are converted into a serial number, and these dates are in sequence. These numbers are in sequence. So for example, this is 45,769, and the next number is 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. What's the reason and what is the logic behind this number, which was actually date, but we converted into a serial number? The This number is basically a total number of days being reflected here. Actually, from the number is reflecting the total number of days uh, since the Microsoft Office or Excel was developed. So we can say that 45,000 days has been, uh, uh, today today's date is converted into 45,000 days, 45,000 plus days. So this is the logic behind this. So similarly, if I select this area, and if you click on this menu and go back to this date number or date option, and you pick any date pattern from here, and you will find the same serial number has been converted into different dates in the sequence: 22 April, 23 April, 24 April. So this way. So also, if you want to convert the same serial numbers or dates into time series, so there is another option available. For example, if I click here, let's say uh, if I want to mention 8 point, or in time sense, let's say the time is now 8:50 p.m. So let's see how Excel will pick this number. So if I click on this control plus one, and if I go to this time menu, so you will notice that, okay, sorry, so this is not like this. So yes, so you see, so I just mentioned the time, the values in time pattern. For example, 7:45, another uh, another value I have mentioned. So I want to convert this value into time series or time pattern. So what I'm doing now, right now, the number I have mentioned here in the red number is it's in custom format, but I want to convert into a time format. So I'm clicking on this menu in the time series, and in this list, so I can pick any of the format for me. For example, if I want to mention this time with seconds, I will be clicking here. You see, there are, 6 digits, sorry, hours, minutes, and seconds. So as you click here, so you'll see there is a, uh, time. in three different units. So hours, minutes, and seconds. So likewise, you can pick any of the format from this time series. So moving forward, uh, if you if you want to convert any numbers into percentages, you will be clicking here. So let me, pick this number, select this number, control plus one to find this dialog box, and I'm clicking on this percentage sign. So you will see that these numbers in converted into percentages, but also it's multiplied with 100 at the same time. So what's the logic? If I want to convert any number into percentages by picking this, by clicking on this shortcut, you can see my cursor on the top in the number category. So you have to mention that value into decimals, into point value. For example, if I mention here 0.12, and now if I pick this number, if I select this number and click on this percentage, then it will be converted into a simple percentage number. Otherwise, as you notice that I just picked any number, any random numbers from the list, and if you click on this percentage sign, these normal numbers or general numbers will be converted into percentages, although also at the same time this will be multiplied by 100 as well. So you see again. So to avoid this kind of error, we need to make it sure the selected value is in decimals, not in whole number or general number. So there are some other options. Moving forward, there is a fraction. So for example, if you click this fraction here, let me mention some value into, a different, into point or decimal numbers, and let's see how it works. For example, if I mention 3.15, for example, and if I want to apply fraction on this value, so you will be clicking here on the fraction, and when you click on this OK, so you notice that 13.15 value converted into fraction. So 13 remains the same, but 0.15 value converted into 1 over 7. So this is how you can convert any value into fraction. So let me make it little a bigger value. So moving forward, again, let me highlight the area first. For more experiments, control 1, we are on the next function, scientific. So you might notice that sometimes you enter a bigger number in the cell, and that number converted into a scientific sample like this. For example, if I click here, so you notice that sometimes when you enter mobile number or some bigger number in the cell or CNIC number, so the number automatically converted into this scientific mode. So we have to, convert it convert it into a normal number. So for example, right now this is a scientific mode applied on this selected area. So if I want to convert it into a normal number, I will be selecting the area, and you can pick on this number. So the values will be converted into a normal number. So there are some other settings as well. Moving forward, text. So for example, if you if you select some number and you want to convert it into a text format, so you will notice that the same numbers will be mentioned in text format. For example, if I click here, so you notice that the same numbers which were earlier with with the decimals or with two decimals values now converted into text. So how do we know that either this is a number or a text? So we simply, uh, select the area and you will find this text category in the drop down menu. And also there is another, sign of text value. When you click any of the value and you convert that value into text format. So let me select here. I have highlighted this value into red and control plus, and if I click on this text, So let me check if we can see this changes in this selected cell. No, we cannot say. We cannot mention here. For example, let me. So this is a general value. Let me convert it into a number. So either usually in Excel, the number values are aligned on the right side of the cell. But when you mention the same values, so for example, um, if I want to mention, let's say 1453, and this is a text value. So let me check if I we can find this settings here. So usually the values in text format are usually on the left side, and the values and the numbers which are actually number format are usually aligned in the right on the right side. So there is another recognition of this text value. So I don't know what why I'm not able to show you like that text value or something. So let me try once again if I. Yes, not working here anyways. So there is a recognition, so you can keep in mind. So moving forward, I am on this selected area for one more experiment. Text, we have checked the text. So there are some other special settings here. For example, you have assigned a task to a data entry operator, and the data entry operator is entering some zip code. You can define zip code like this. So in US, there is a zip code format which is like this. In Islamabad or Pakistan, you can enter zip code like in 5 digits. Like for Islamabad, there are 5 digits, 44000. That is a zip code for Islamabad. The purpose of this custom settings or special setting is when you are entering a big data in Excel, you can specify the format according to this special, special category. For example, I know in this blank area, I'm mentioning some, uh, uh, zip codes. So, for example, let me add 44000. So this is just a general number, not special category, not a zip code. Similarly, if I mention here 3456 and 9874, so I show you how it works. The first category, the first number, 44000, when I click on this zip code setting, so it will remain the same, there is no changes. But if I click on this, the second number, if I pick the second category, zip code +4, so you will see there is a change. So when you are entering some information regarding zip code, or you have already picked some zip codes of US or maybe some other European countries, so you can make some changes for this kind of activities, for this kind of series. So moving forward, there is another option, phone number. For example, if I mention here the phone number, let me select this number with the different color for phone number category. Let's say I want to mention here my phone number, for example, 92 300 796 3646. And you notice that when I completed my number in the cell, it automatically converted into scientific mode. But actually, this is a phone number, so I have to mention it in Excel that this number should be picked or mentioned as phone number. So when I click on this cell, you notice that there is a general category mentioned. There is not any scientific word mentioned for this kind of cell. So what I'm doing now, I'll go to this menu and I will mention this phone number here. And when I press OK, so the structure of that cell or the structure of that value now changed. Now Excel understands that this kind of numbers will be uh, considered as mobile number when we are going to apply some mathematics or some analysis. So these kind of activity will be considered as special cell or mobile number. So if you are entering a mobile number of different respondents or customers, so you can set the format before entering the mobile number, or if even if you are copying numbers from any other data sets, so you can make the changes accordingly. So I think the last one in this special category, social security number. Again, remember that whatever you pick from this category, type, zip code +4, there is a drop down list. So all the things will be changing according to the country. For example, if you pick Singapore, the mobile number will be changed according to Singapore mobile number category. So let me try the Singapore category. So you see, as I picked from the drop down list as Singapore, so the mobile number changed now. So again, special. So there is no any specific pattern for Singapore. So the number converted into general format or scientific. So for example, if you pick any other country, for example, Ireland, or let's say some other countries, so the number will be changed accordingly. So you have to pick your country first, then you can mention your category. So the last one I think in this category is mm, let me which was a default one, I think United States again. The Yes, social security number. So what do we mean by social security number? So let's say there is a special kind of the cell, special type of this cell. So for example, if I mention here, some uh, social security number, so I will be mentioning values here. So this number will be converted automatically into US social security pattern. So you see, these these dashes are added by this special category. I did not mention these dashes between the numbers intentionally or manually, but as I picked social security pattern of US according to this format, so the numbers are mentioned accordingly. So similarly, there is the last option. There is a big list of customs. There are number of options. These are little complex. You can try it later your own, but we are not going to into details in this menu. But the overall categories has been defined now. So I hope you got the different kind of formatting related to numbers. If you have any question regarding any of the category, you can ask me now. Otherwise, I should move on to the next topic. Please let me know if there is any question. So no question?
No question. You can proceed with the next.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Yes, please.
When you were explaining the date portion,
Yes.
you put the first date and you did something, and all the dates come automatically. What did you do?
Yes. So you are talking about this date pattern, date format?
No, not the format. You entered only April 22, okay, and you drag the cursor down, and it automatically came all the dates. How do you do
Yes.
it?
Yes, yes.
So I want to know that.
Okay. So your question is how these dates are being updated when I'm dragging it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So good question. In Excel, uh, Excel follows a pattern. Fine. So for example, let me give you another example. You
Mhm.
might be familiar with this pattern. For example, if I mention serial number here, and if I mention one, sorry, not it should be a date just to explain it in another way. So for example, if I mention here one
Mhm.
and I mention two or three, this is all. Okay. So if I select these three numbers and I drag it down, Excel will follow the pattern. And it
Okay.
can happen in all the other options. For example, let me give you another example. If I mention quarter one and quarter two, and if I drag it down by selecting these two cells, Excel will understand there is a certain pattern and Excel will follow that pattern. You see, quarter one, two, three, and again it's being repeated. Similarly, I mentioned a date once and I dragged that down. So you notice that Excel followed the same pattern and sequentially that in other cells the date was mentioned accordingly.
Okay.
So I just mentioned date once, but Excel understands that you need more dates according to this given sequence. So there are some certain sequences built in Excel. So once you mention any value only one time, so when you drag it down, so Excel will follow the pattern and will mention the other values accordingly.
Okay, okay. Okay, when you are explaining this format section, and there is
Yes.
a last option of custom, and it
Yes.
has all the things of, because I work with that sometimes. So, sometimes you have to convert the numbers into millions and billions, and so I think that custom portion is being used to convert that, right?
Actually, this custom portion includes everything. You see, there is very complex formats. You can see that at
Yeah, yeah,
hashtags,
yeah, yeah,
inverted
yeah.
commas. So
So we
these
will learn these all things as well.
no, for
No.
not right now because it's very complex and complicated. We are not going to into detail for this. So we are leaving this custom option.
Mhm.
Uh, it can be learned later,
Okay, okay.
right?
Because there is a certain format or certain um, you do something to make the figures into million and billion.
Yes, might be possible, but I did not work on this. But as you can see, this custom list includes all the things regarding dates, minutes, any kind of values, negative, positive, percentages, all the things in custom. So you have to design. Actually, this is a kind of engineering. So you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to pick something and you have to mention it accordingly. So this is
Yes.
not a simple, simple kind of formatting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So should I move on?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So what is next? How to work with cells and ranges? It's very simple, but it should be in your knowledge how it works. So let me, you can say, pick some values into the right side. I'm removing these cells for now, and I'm not going to save anything. So for example, I'm picking some text from here for this experiment. I'm mentioning here. Okay. So what do we mean by this second topic? Work with cells and ranges. So basically, if you remember in the first lecture, I explained about this the location of any value. So basically, this name box tells you the location of your cell wherever you click on the database. For example, if I have 5,000 records here and 100 plus columns, so if I click here on any cell, you will find the location of that cell where I clicked in this name box. Okay, so up till here there is no confusion, there is no any complexity. But what do we mean by naming and ranging cells and ranges? What do we mean by this? So for example, if you pick any cell, for example, as highlighted this first value, and if I mention it as text, for example, so remember that whenever you rename the cell, you have to press enter. If you don't press enter, that cell name will not be changed. So basically, we are going to give a name to any specific cell or a selected area. I will explain both. So for example, I selected only one value, 72 from F column, and I mention it as text and I'm pressing enter. So you notice that this one value only is being called or being stored in Excel as text. So for example, if what is the purpose of this operation? Sometimes you are working on multiple sheets, maybe in accounting terms or maybe in finance. There are uh, multiple sheets in the same file and all are interlinked in any context. For example, there is a balance sheet, there is an income statement, there is some other cash flow statement, something. So you can mention or you can name any cell for further calculations. For example, I have named this cell as text, and if I want to multiply this text into some other value, let's say, let me perform this here on the other sheet. You can perform it anywhere, in the whether in the same sheet or other sheet within the same file. For example, I I want to multiply that value here in this Z column. Let me highlight this first. And I want to multiply that value with 17, let's say. I'm just, experimenting this. So what I'm doing now, uh, I started with this formula sign and I'm pressing this multiple sign. And as I press text, so you notice that I'm not multiplying this value 17 with a specific number, but a cell which I named as text. So this is what do we mean by naming or giving you know naming any cell or ranges. You can give one name to a specific range, specific selected area. For example, I hope you got this first example. I just picked a value and I named it as text and I have just multiplied that. So for example, you can apply this setting on, or you can perform the same function on a selected area. For example, I have picked that area. There are multiple numbers, and if you want to know the sum of these numbers, here is a sum 559. You can see my cursor at the bottom. So there is a uh, complete you can say there is accumulated value is 559 or sum of these selected areas 559. I can mention here as quarter sale. For example, it did not accept because there was a space. So quarter sale. You see, now this selected area which was 559, now this is not an individual cell case, this is a range. So we have discussed the single value case previously. Now we are discussing a range of multiple values, and we have mentioned is as quarter sale. So I think it's saved now. If I select this and check this, you can see the quarter sale. So what if I want to add this quarter sale? For example, quarter sale, you see there is a different sign for this selected area. If I pick this one, now this the reference is not some A, F, G or E column with some value, but quarter sale. The reference is changed now. And what if I multiply with this, for example, 100, and you will notice that should be, let me multiply this. So let me check here. Let's say 4 plus quarter sale. And let's see what happens. Not, it's not selecting. Let me add text here. It should work. I don't know what's wrong with this value. So anyways, this is how we can rename or we can assign a name to a range or as an individual cell. So I'll check something is wrong with this, but this is the same what we are, trying to explain. So I'll check and I'll explain it later. So moving forward, I hope you got the idea how we are renaming a cell or we are assigning some name to a specific cell or range. So this is how to manage worksheets. So this is easy. I hope this concept managing worksheet might not be new to you. but I let me explain for this kind of activity. So for example, uh, let me add more sheets into the same file. So managing worksheets mean you are adding few sheets into the Excel file, or you are playing with the sheets. How we can we add or delete or edit some sheets in this Excel file. So for example, this is customer database. This is, you can say, a table. Uh, if you want to add one more sheet into this Excel file, so there are two ways. One way is, there is a plus sign. If you click on this new sheet, you will find there is, a new sheet added. Let's say new sheet. You can rename it, you can delete it, you can change the location. And if there is another other way to add any new sheet in this Excel file. So for example, if you click on this uh, right button of your mouse, any on any of the sheet, you will find this menu. If you click on this insert, so you see there is a dialog box and there is a worksheet option. So you can add one new sheet by this way as well. So you see sheet number 3 added. So for example, demo sheet, you can rename it. I think there is an other way to add one more sheet. For example, if there is, this is a third way what I'm doing now. Insert sheet in home menu, in this cell category, you can see my cursor. In this drop down menu, insert, you will find another option, insert sheet. So if you click on this, so this is a third way to create a new sheet. Okay. So sheet number, let's say 5, let's say. Okay. So I have added few sheets here. So what do we mean by managing? You can add 255 multiple sheets in the same file. In the same Excel file, you can add up to 255 sheets. If you want to relocate any of the sheet, simply click on that sheet by your mouse, and you see, as I'm moving to the right side, you'll see this icon, and I'm moving it to the right side. And if I leave this sheet here, so you notice that the customer database is now positions at the last. So similarly, you can mention it here in the mid of your Excel file, in the mid of your Excel sheets. So you'll notice that when you bring or move your sheet, you will see a small black drop down sign here. For example, if I leave here, so now it's on the fourth side. Moving forward, if you want to change the color of any of the sheet, for example, so let's say this is table. I want to change or rename this file. There are two ways. I'm working on this sheet. I want to rename this file or edit the name. So there are two options. Option number one, or way number one, double click on the sheet and you will see a blinking cursor here, and you can, mention any, or you can add any more text. For example, short table, you can say, you can add any other thing. You can keep the space, you can leave the space, you can mention underscore as per your choice. So it will accept everything. So for example, if you want to change the color of your, sheet, so right click on the sheet, any of the sheet, there are total 5 sheets. So I'm clicking on this on the right. So you notice that there are a list of colors. There are many other options for picking your color. So pick any color with your choice. For example, if I pick this blue color, so you notice that the sheet title is now converted into a different color, or it's now blue. So if you want to delete any of the sheet, you can, uh, you know, delete any of the sheet. For example, there is a demo sheet, it's a blank, I want to remove it. So right click on this and there is a delete option. Also, if you don't want to remove or delete from this option, there is an other option, delete. Go to delete menu and delete sheet. There is, delete option. So you can delete the same sheet by two different ways. So I'm deleting it right now. Okay. So the sheet number 4 gone, deleted. So moving forward, if you see this, list, there are two more options, actually three more options to be explored. One, move or copy. You might be familiar with this function. So if you want to move this sheet, so there are two different options for this moving this sheet to any other. So for example, if I click on this move, if you want to move the same sheet within the file, so you can pick the location and press OK. But don't forget to click on this create a copy. If you want to uh, move this sheet within this file to any other position, you can pick the position. Sorry, if you are just moving your sheet within this file, you can leave this create a copy option and just pick this, OK function, and the file will be moved, the sheet will be moved accordingly. For example, if I want to move this sheet, which is actually right now at third place or third number, so I want to bring it to the first number, I will be clicking here and I'm pressing OK. So this is very easy. You can move it like this with picking your cursor or directly or by clicking on this move option. But there is another thing which is, very which should be remembered and very helpful. If you want to move this sheet to a new file or any other file which is open in your system, so you have to pick this drop down menu and you can pick other file. So for example, with this Excel file which you are seeing on the screen, there is another file already opened with the name of simple text table versus Excel table. If I want to move this sheet to other file, I will be picking the other file from this drop down menu first, and then I will be mentioning the location or position of this file. And don't forget to click on this create a copy. If you missed this one, so actually what will happen? This sheet will be excluded from this opened file and move to the new file, and might be and maybe this is not required. You want to keep one copy of the same sheet in the actual file, and you want to you want to move one copy of this sheet to other file for any other working, for any maybe other calculations. So you must remember to click on this create a copy. So I'm doing this for now. So for example, if I click OK, so you notice that the same sheet remains in the same file. But if I click the other file, so you'll notice that the customer database is now moved to the other file. So what is the title of the other file? Simple table versus Excel. So I picked the location at the end, and you notice that the sheet moved at the last number or last position. So this is how you can move the sheet between the different files and also within the same file. So moving forward, uh, other thing, protect sheet. We will cover this protect sheet, which means we can, uh, fix or we can lock this sheet by a password. And we will perform this function, and we have a separate class on this protection function, which actually includes so many other things. Another class we'll be covering in the next week, hope so. So we are not, focusing on this right now, but I just wanted to explain you there are a few other options left. So for example, if you want to share this file to any other colleague or any other friend or maybe stakeholder, and you want to hide this sheet because of any security measures or maybe any other reason, so you can hide this sheet from this file. For example, if I click on this, you notice that from this file the customer database is now hidden now. And if you want to bring it back to this Excel file, so just click on any of the sheet, right click on any of the sheet and click on this unhide. So you see unhide is there, customer database is in the list. So click OK, the sheet will be recovered again. So this is how you can manage different sheets. Let me show you another example, and I'm closing and I'm concluding this topic. So for this kind of activity, what was included in our today's class topic, how to manage worksheets. There is another data file which I would like to show you, and I think I shown it in the previous class as well. So this is the best example for this, managing sheets. So you notice that there are 99 sheets in this file. All you can notice that there are, well defined, well structured, and all you can, uh, see with the different titles, with different colors. And also you can, jump onto the any other sheet within the file by, this hyperlink. So I think we have discussed it earlier, but I just wanted to show how you can add multiple sheets in a single file, and how you can link all the sheets to hyperlinks, and how you can rename, or you can define different colors, or you can add different measures regarding sheet patterns. So from my side, this topic is covered now. If you have any question, if you need any clarity regarding managing sheet topic, you can discuss, you can ask. Otherwise, we should move on to the next topic.
Okay, I have a question. You
Yes.
said that whenever we want to share and we want to hide a certain file, so
Yes.
when we hide it and we send to the other person, then they
Yes.
cannot unhide it.
No. If the other person, if the receiver have an idea that there is
Mm-hmm.
some sheet is hidden in this file, he or she can
Mm-hmm.
simply unhide that file.
Yeah.
But if he or she doesn't know there is some hidden sheet in this specific file, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously they cannot unhide that file. But
For
if you
example,
want
if
to,
they are doing something with the sheet, for example, this new sheet, they right clicked it and they saw this unhide the
yes,
file.
yes, yes, yes,
It means they automatically know that there are certain files that
obviously,
are unhidden.
yes, obviously. For example, if you sent me an email, you send me a file, and I'm just simply right clicking on any of the sheet for any other kind of function. Maybe I just want to rename, I just want to move, and suddenly I noticed that there is unhide active button.
Yes.
So it means I should understand there is some sheet hidden in this file which I am not, which I don't know. So I simply can unhide any of the sheets. Maybe you have hidden 10 or 15 different sheets in a single Excel file, and I can open every file, and I can open every sheet. But if you want to secure your sheet, if you want to lock your sheet, and no one should be allowed to make any changes, so there is another option. if
Protect.
you if you think, if you are more concerned about the security of your sheet, you can simply lock it. And how to lock that sheet to avoid any changes or to avoid any editing,
Hmm.
so we will learn this process in the next class. So there is,
Thank you.
complete protection process.
Okay, thank you.
So the next one is filtering and data sorting. Very easy, and I believe you must be familiar with this function, but I have to explain it just quickly. You might be doing it for several times. Filtering is very easy. If you want to apply filter on any of the sheets, obviously you work on a big data set, and there are certain categories, and you want to apply filter on any of the column. So there is a very simple way. Just pick the header, because obviously you will be applying filter on header or on variable's name, not the value itself. So you will be picking the header. So I'm just picking this row, and I'm clicking on this sort and filter. So there are different type of filtration process, different types of filter option. So in home menu, in editing category, you will notice there is a, sort and filter option. So click on this filter and you will notice that filter will be applied on each column, even if you are working on a file with 5,000 columns. So filter will be applied on everything. So now you can apply multiple filters. For example, I have few uh, variables which we can say having a nominal categories. So let me change the color of these filters where I want to apply some certain filter options. For example, if I want to apply a filter on this city, I want to check data of Islamabad city only. So I'm simply applying filter on this Islamabad. So you notice that all the values selected of Islamabad city. So all the values, all the cases, all the customer details are filtered now according to Islamabad city. So I can apply different filters at the same times. For example, I picked Islamabad, and at the second stage, I want to pick female wise information. I want to pick female customer related information. So these are the customer IDs, Islamabad city. And from Islamabad, I want to pick only female customers. Again, you can apply third filter or maybe 4 or 5 filters at the same time. So I want to pick filter month wise. So for example, I want to pick only those customer which belongs to Islamabad who are females and who visited the mart or who done the shopping in the month of December. So you notice that 3 filters applied right now at the same time. You can add more filters. For example, this is my age category. So if I want to notice that how many customers were of the age of, let's say 51, 56, 57, 58, 59. So I will pick this value and you notice that I have applied fourth filter at the same time. So you can add multi-layers, multiple filters at the same times. But there is another filter option which might be new to you, or maybe you are familiar with that option. So let me remove all these filters to apply another kind of settings. So for example, if I if I highlight some text with different colors, so let's say this is orange color, I pick some other text with green color, and at the same time I pick another text font with blue color, and so on. So you can apply filter option according to color combination. For example, if you want to select all cases with green color, so go to this filled by color option and pick this green category, and you will notice that only 5 or 6 cases which were highlighted with green color are picked now. So moving on, if you want to change the color category, filter by color, and if you want to pick customers with blue color category, so you notice that you can pick only blue color, only those customers which are highlighted with blue color. So you can apply filter with color combination or with regard to any other category which is your required category, maybe which in your mind. So we are done with this, filtering. Filtering is very amazing job. We will perform it in the pivot table exercise as well. But there is another option, sorting. So for example, if you want to sort some text, maybe values, maybe text according to alphabet, or maybe uh, smallest value or highest value. So you can apply sort category as well. For example, I picked this area, uh, you know, uh, I picked this column and I want to sort this, data, the entire data set uh, according to alphabets, according to A to Z or Z to A pattern. So let me pick some, text from here and let me perform it on other sheets. So let's say I picked 60 around cases for this kind of experiment. So let me do it here. So I can name this sheet as sorting demo. So you notice that uh, there are different categories available. If you want to sort your data according to city, there are two options because this is, a nominal variable. In other words, we can say that the information is provided in words instead of numbers. So you can apply sorting accordingly. But I have a trick for this. So I'm sharing my experience with you. Whenever you are going to apply sorting on any data set, my advice to you is always highlight some rows to make it sure you're sorting done properly or correctly. Why? Because, for example, if you are working on a data set including 5,000 or 50,000 or maybe 500,000 cases, and you are applying sorting technique, maybe there is some error, or maybe Excel could not perform sorting accordingly, and a wrong sorting can misguide you according for your data. So what I do, I always highlight 3 or 4 rows for my understanding to know that my sorting applied correctly. Now I'm going to apply sorting function. What I'm doing now, I selected the entire area, selected the entire text, only one variable, not all the sheet. And I want to sort this, information alphabetically. Otherwise, you can see there are different mixed, city names mentioned here: Islamabad, Quetta, Lahore, Karachi, Lahore, Quetta, something. I want to, sort these numbers, these text, these names alphabetically. So there are two options for sorting. One, go to editing menu, home tab, editing category, and the same function where we applied filter, you can pick A. Okay. So sort A to Z, sort Z to A. One thing. Okay. Option number one. Option number two, go to data menu. There are two functions available: sort A to Z, sort Z to A. Option number three, right click on the selected text or selected area, and you will find the same function here: sort A to Z, sort A to Z to A. So if, let's say, if we want to sort A to Z, you will find this box. Now you have to be very careful when you're picking this function. Expand the selection, continue with the current setting, current selection. So we will check both and we will check the results of both. Expand the selection, click on sort, and you notice that when we clicked on the first option, it worked. And how did we know it worked? Because there are multiple color as well. Remember, uh, you know, sorry, I think, let me perform it again and let me double check it. Uh, I'm selecting again and sorting A to Z, and I'm expanding. I'm clicking on the second option, continue with the current selection. And now, if you click on the second option, you notice that there is some problem with the sorting. How did we know that? We highlighted these 4 rows for our understanding to double check whether the sorting is done in correct way or not. So we noticed that there is some problem or mistake in when we selected the second option. So the rows remains here, but the Islamabad value highlighted one go on up, on the upper side, and the selected area remains the same. So there is some problem. So we have to be careful. So again, I'm pressing Control Z to just reverse the function, and again I'm selecting now second attempt, sort, and we are clicking on sort function with the given selection, expand the selection, and we see what happens. Ideally, the each highlighted row should be moved accordingly. So when I click on sort, so you notice that the selected area, selected row shifted accordingly, or the data sorted accordingly. So the all the selected area is now at the right place. So whichever row was highlighted, every row is on the right place according to the uh, parallel, or according to the relevant information. So we have done it correctly. So there is a trick. Remember this: whenever you go for sorting, apply this technique and you will be on the safe side. So again, there are different sorting options, like filter option. You can apply sorting technique according to color. So for example, if you go to this sorting option, uh, let me check here. Sorting, custom sorting. Yes, there is another option, custom sorting. Uh, okay, I think color option is only for filter, I think. Okay, so if you have, uh, any series like months, go to this sorting option, custom sort, and yes, you will find this box. Now, there are some more options. For example, uh, click this file conditional formatting icon. There are conditional formatting available. So if you want to sort your data in different layers, so for example, select and you can add multiple layers. For example, add level. So this one is, first one is Islamabad. I want to apply first setting on city variable, and you can change the category here A to Z. And similarly, I want to apply the second sorting according to gender variable, and you can change the setting accordingly, A to Z or Z to A, it's your choice. And I want to add one more layer, maybe third layer, according to the month. And I can change the value from your custom list, and here you will find these options. So either you want to change your month list according to this given pattern, Jan, February, March, April, or January, February, March, April. Maybe you can add your own priority list, male, female option, and all these things. So you can add few more options. So let's say the third one is January, February, March, April, and let me check how it works. So we noticed that in Islamabad, we applied 3-layer uh, sorting option. First Islamabad, then gender, female and male, because we applied reverse order for gender. So first we picked the female cases, then we picked male cases, and then February, March, April, May, June, December, January, something like this. So this is a third layer. So you can add multiple layers for sorting options. So I hope it's all clear to you how you can apply different sorting and filter techniques on your data set. So if you need any clarity, let me know. Otherwise, we move on to the next topic. No question? Okay, all clear, I think.
Yes, all clear, please.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes, all clear.
thank you. So the next one is copy pasting option. It's a very, basic function, but there are some different options available. I just wanted to let you know, and I just wanted to share with you. There are multiple copy paste options available in Excel. Let me copy some data from here, and I'm just creating a new sheet and copy pasting here. So let me, uh, change the colors of the headers. So in Excel, so let me mention a copy paste. Okay. In Excel, there are different copy paste options. For example, you copy some text from somewhere in any data set, you select some area, you copy, you can select it by right click on the screen and you will copy a function here, copy, or there is an other shortcut, Control plus C. Let me apply this one. So the moving dotted line shows you the selected area is ready to be copied and placed somewhere else. So why I want to explain it? Because if I want to copy that selected area somewhere else, so there are multiple options. One, I am just entering or using the shortcut Control plus V, the data copied. Okay. So when you will notice that even if I paste the same portion, selected portion 100 times, the moving dotted line will remain active unless I press escape button to deactivate the selected, the selection. For example, if I paste it 2 times, 3 times, this moving line will remain there. Okay. Number one. Number two, if you press Control plus V, the same text will be copied as it is. There is no changes. But if you click on this, some other location, if you right click on this area, so you will notice that there are some other options available. So for example, if I click on the first option, the same text with the same color combination, color scheme will be copied, pasted here, not copied, pasted here. Next, if I pick this value option, so you notice that the formatting and colors will be removed. The data will be pasted as value only. Third, if you pick this function, it means your data will be pasted with the formulas. So this is self-explanatory formulas. So this function will copy your formulas as well. Okay. Otherwise, if you pick this second function, the copied text will not include formulas. That will only pick values and paste somewhere else if you pick the second option. But what if you pick this function fourth number, transpose? So you notice that this will rotate your data. This will, transpose. Basically, in Excel, we use this word transpose just to change the direction of your data, or totally shift the data from one side to other side. For example, if you notice that here the headers are different when we use this transpose function, like for example here, so the headers converted into rows and rows converted into columns. So this is called transpose. So dimension is changed now. The position of the entire data is changed now. Moving forward. So for example, if we click on this percentage sign, so if there are some percentages in the data, actually we don't have percentages. Otherwise, it should have mentioned the percentage sign here. Like for example, if you click formatting, actually, sorry, it's not format percentage sign. Actually, this is formatting. So you notice that when we picked this function, it it only pasted the formatting, not the data. So there are multiple options. Moving forward, if you click on this, the last function from these icons, so there is a paste link. So if there are some calculations or some graphs are associated with this data, so this data will be pasted along with the links, or maybe with the formulas. So moving forward, there is another list. So there are multiple options available. So I will not go into more details, but the last function I just want to explain you. If you want to paste your selected data as picture, so you will be clicking here on picture format and your data is, pasted as picture. Now you cannot edit this one, but you can apply different image related functions on this, selected portion. So now this is a picture, not a data, and uneditable. So similarly, I think we have discussed many functions here. So there are more options related to copy pasting. I hope it's a new thing to you, or maybe you are familiar with these functions as well. So the next topic is copy pasting done. Excel table features and formatting. We have 10 minutes left. So I think we can discuss it now. Let me close this function. Let me close this file, and we have a separate file for this kind of activity. The last topic of today's class is, let me remove the close this file, and there is, a file which is already prepared for this kind of activity. So I have a question from you. So tell me, uh, the table you see on the screen, do you think is it a table or just a raw information? I just want to know from your side, how do you see this table, this information on the screen? Is this a table or this is not a table? So let me know. Anyone?
I
Naim
think
Saab?
it's not a table. It's just
Okay.
information.
So Naim Saab,
This is table, I believe.
okay. Sumaya, what do you see?
I think it's a raw information because the rows are not aligned, like where it mentions gender. So age should be in front of that.
So for
So
example, we are discussing about a class. Let's say in one class there are 50 girls and there are 70 boys. Okay. And let's say we title is as class, any class, just a table. What do you see? Is this a table?
it's information.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
this is
Okay. So fine. Thank you very much for your feedback. Let me remove this one. Okay. So Excel does not consider this kind of information or the table I created, a very short table, as table. According to Excel, this is just a simple information, not a table. Why and why not? Excel has a certain format, built-in format for table. So when you are going to apply something or when you are going to make some calculations, you have to pick that table format first, and then you can apply some certain calculations. How it works? And Excel called table to what type of for information? This is a Excel built-in table formatted information. How can we differentiate and what is the purpose and how there are differences? So let me show you how it works. So basically, there are some certain, settings here, some certain functions. I will explain it quickly and shortly. So for example, if you want to convert this information into table, Excel format table, so you have to select the entire area, go to insert and click on this table format. When you click on this table information table button, so the selected area will be converted after clicking on this OK into table format. So you notice that now it's a table. Now it's not a general information, a raw information. Why and how? So you notice that I'm just reversing it. Now it's a raw format. जी सुमैया कुछ कहना चाह रही? Quickly, 5 minutes left.
Hanji, I just wanted to understand because the information is same and it's
Yes,
just matter of format.
yes. I'm going to this formatting point. So it's a general information, and right now I'm on the other sheet, which is called Excel format table. What's the difference? Uh, Number one, when you click on this information, which is available or which is mentioned in according to Excel table format from this function. So you notice that there is a separate menu opened for this table design. So this is the first sign. If you click on any of the table information and you find this table design menu, it means the selected or your given information is according to Excel table format. Okay, so if you click on any of the area, you will not find any table menu. Okay, one difference. And how it works, for example, if you click on any of the, anywhere in this table, you will find this table design and there is a, table styles. You can pick any of the themes according to your choice, according to your, requirements. You can pick any theme. So if you click here, let's say I convert it not different, it should be different color. Let's say this is a color. So this in this table design, you will find a number of different options. Number one, you can rename this table, this selected area, which is now actually Excel related, Excel built-in table format. You can rename this, for example, customer database. Okay, fine. So actually, I think I added space, so that's why it didn't accept customer. Okay, the name is already exist. Okay, though let me mention here demo, let's say. Okay, so this entire table is renamed now as demo. The other options. So if I click any of the area, you will notice that table design, there are number of options available. For example, if you want to uh, turn off this filter options, just click uncheck this for option and all the filter options will remove or the sign will be removed. If you want to keep this, header row, if you want to remove this header row, uncheck this one. If you want to keep the total of rows, so if I'm selecting here, you can click on this total row and you notice that the row edit, and if I uncheck the row, total row will be removed. Okay, so banded rows, what does it mean? If I click on this or uncheck this, so you will notice that there is a color scheme is being changed, banded rows. Similarly, if you click on this first column, the first column will be highlighted according to the color scheme. If you click on this last column, it's changed. If you click on this banded column, so different color applied on different columns, different colors applied on different columns. So similarly, you can apply multiple things. The last thing, if you mention it here, or sorry, if you click any of the numbers, for example, this is the income column, and if you click any of the, in total row anywhere in the numeric column, you will find a drop down menu. So if I click on this drop down menu, you will find a number of options: averages, count, maximum, minimum, sum. If you have a simple information, you have to find every information with a specific formula. For example, if I want to check sum of this column, so I have to mention some formula and I'm applying this, so I have to find this one. So each information I have to, for each information, I have to apply similar different formulas. But in this kind of Excel format table, I don't need to apply any formula. There is a drop down menu at the end of each numeric column. You just click on the drop down menu and just pick the function average. So you can click on average. You need to see the counts, find the counts. You need to see the maximum value, click on this. Similarly, on this option, apply on this average. So similarly, on this drop down menu, you can pick minimum value or any other things. So this is all about, different formulas and settings here. So the last thing, if you have applied table formatting on any information or any raw information and you want to reverse it, so notice that, remember that there is a proper way. You cannot simply, go to this formatting option and clear all and, sorry, the table gone. So you cannot remove the just color clear formatting or because anything you apply through this context or something. So again, even if you have remove the formatting of the entire table, the drop down menu is still there, which means the Excel formatting, Excel table formatting still active here. So how to remove this Excel formatting from this, table? If you want to uh, remove all the settings from this selected area, so there is a proper way. Go to table design, and there is an option convert to range. If you want to undo this table formatting setting, you want to convert the table into normal information. So you have to click on this convert to range. Do you want to convert the table to a normal range? If we click on yes, so it will be converted like this, the simple table. So let me do it here. And you notice that there is no drop down menu. There is no total, or there is no separate table related menu is being opened now. So it means now this information is just like a normal information like simple table. So this is all from my side. We had many topics today. I hope you enjoyed the class and maybe you have learned something new. From my side, this is over. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, I think we should conclude this class now.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's
Everything is
fine.
fine. Yes.
Okay. So signing off. Thank you very much. Inshallah, on Thursday, inshallah, I will be online again. Thank you. Signing off. Allah Hafiz.
Right. Thank you. Allah
Thank you.
Hafiz.
Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.